love to experiment. But when someone gets excited about something, look, the word, Dynacaster comes up. Who in the heck? I mean, if it wasn't for John, right? Then it's like wildfire. It just spreads rapidly from band to band, all through the meters, right? So, I mean, the word of mouth is so tremendous, and they don't even have to pay for it.
Yep, that's exactly what happens. 100%. Because the conversation started, he's like, man, he goes, that's some microphone you just ordered. He goes, what kind of music are you into? And I go, that is not the reason why I'm ordering this. And I went through the whole setup, and he was kind of shocked.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's even worth a quick snap, because a lot of these guys, they're trying to reach the, the guys that are starting up little YouTube channels. The podcast. The podcast industry has become pretty big for equipment, right? When you think about it. You got the little Stellar, whatever, Vox M1 with any Focusrite, something to get it to the PC, XLR cabling, of course, a boom, a mic boom, and then whatever mic. And, most of them, when we kind of chuckle when we see their setup, they got the little all-in-wonder, right? The mic, the boom, and the cable. We know where they got it from. And it goes into the $99 USB box, right? But still, it's part of a growing thing, and amateurs definitely play a role in that kind of a setup.
That's what he said. He said 90% of their sales are coming from content creators right now. Instrument sales are down, but microphone sales are up, accessory sales are up. The Rode Podcaster, that thing is selling through the roof. It's the industry is changing.
Yeah. So Doug, man, now that I'm hearing this even more, it's like, wow. I'm like, man, okay. Now I'm just curious, without overdoing it, what region would you bump just to get a little bit more of that little bit of a rumble thing? I'm only doing this because I know Frank's audio very, very well. I know when he implements that little bit of a rumble, which now really, because of the mic, it shines in that region. What would you push up? Maybe 2 or 3 dBs.
Okay, so on my EQing, I have all cuts in the low end. The only place I have it boosted is on CFC in the EQ, in the post EQ. I have 50 hertz at 0, so no boost or cut. I have 75 hertz at 2 dB, and I have 120 at 2 dB. So I think I would add either to 120 or 75. What do you think?
Okay, now that is a form of EQing, but it's also a form of adding energy to the compression, right? Because CFC, compression frequency, continuous frequency compression. So it gives us the opportunity to equalize the compression, but it's still adding compression. So, I really, just as a quick experiment, at least you could always put the little, what number you're landed at. But the one the one you mentioned, the other EQ that's purposely negative or big cuts, the first ring, I forgot the zone, but I know it's parametric, but the lowest setting, bumping that one up, and I just want to hear the difference.
Okay, so if on the first EQ, Frank just said he needs 90 hertz boost, remove 120.
Oh, okay. Is he referencing the CFC EQ?
I don't know, maybe. But I'm gonna boost right here in the second EQ, not my microphone EQ. I'm gonna boost in the output EQ. That seems to be more reactive when I do adjustments there. So hold on 1 second. Okay, this is flat now. I was cutting slightly there. This is flat. This is between 90 and 100. KB2UKA.
Ah, okay. Now I think you said it was negative. Now you ended up at flat, right? So that was at least a 2.5, 3 dB gain?
I'd say about 2. About 2.
Oh, man. And I know Frank, I think he's going to a ham fest or something. There's some local fest today for those guys, and they're all meeting up, so he might be listening on his receiver, catching some of the conversation. Good morning, Frank. But, man, and what region is that? Is that about 80 or 70 or 90?
Well, that was, the boost just happened around 95 to bring it back to flat. But now I'm pretty flat in the whole low end here. This is the EQ to adjust for me. It's definitely the second EQ. So hold on. I just sent a photo. So that second circle to the from the left. So you've got the low cut all the way on the left, that brighter circle. That second circle right now is at 94. So I can make a very sharp boost right there. Like I can change the Q and make it like a real pointy boost, and maybe add a little in that 90 area. If you think I can add a little more here.
Okay, so you're referencing the low 2, right? The low 2 blue ring?
Correct. Low 2.
And I know it's parametric, so I'm just trying to see where it's mixing. Okay, I see. It is the 94 range. That's correct?
That is correct. That's where that circle is right now, at 94.6. So I can move it.
Well, no, and you already bumped it, right? Is that the one you just bumped? Is this what I'm listening to now, or you bumped the one to the left?
No, that's the one I just bumped from cutting to flat. Except if you look at the meter, it's not really flat. It's technically boosted 0.5 dB. I must have pushed it up too much. But that's where it is right now.
And 4QNT at the bottom, exactly. Now, if you will, Doug, put it back where it was. So now I can get the AB to this. And now I understand. I see the adjustment. I see the frequency value. So put it where you had it originally, and I just want to hear the AB.
Okay, this is where it was originally, which is actually a -5 cut, a 5 dB cut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Holy mackerel. I mean, kudos to Frank. I don't know what he's listening on. Maybe he has his Bluetooth hookup in his car with his, infinities all over the whole vehicle. I don't know, but wow. That was it, man. It's definitely that right there. That 90 does it all.
All right, so here it is again, flat. You want to hear like a 2 dB boost?
Yeah, just 2.
And it should be a sharp Q, right? Like only try to affect that frequency?
Well, it is shelving. Being that you're shelving in this region, you don't really want it sharp. You want a little more blend. You want some blending. To me, the sharp Qs are great for the mids and the highs. But in this region, man, you want to let the wings out on this adjustment.
All right, so I'm going to do it real time. This is flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 2.5 dB boost, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. KB2UKA.
Oh, man. See, now that's the thing, Doug. When you're at your desk and you're monitoring whatever your technique is to monitor and kind of, critique this at your side, You're getting all the energy right there. The flow, right? The audio flow. It's like, it's like transmitting a milliwatt, and you're still getting a great signal effect at your desk because you can hear because of the short distance. So when it finally gets out over the air to 200 miles an hour, what you hear is totally different than what comes out on the air. So now to you, it might sound like, oh man, no, I have to cut this. I have to get this flat. But no, that little 2 dB bump made the world of difference in that 90 hertz range.
Oh, that's awesome. And yeah, I agree with you. I don't even monitor myself anymore here. Like, I don't hear myself coming through my headphones. I only monitor myself on the SDRs. I only record myself because I was falling into that trap. And that's how I got the EQ set so well, was by not monitoring myself and by recording and making adjustments.
Exactly. Beautiful. So one more thing, and this is just a curiosity thing for me. Your outboard rack gear, your actual physical components, do you have an Apex? And I think you do, I know, but what model is it? Is it like an all-in-one kind of Apex, or is it specifically just the channel Apex?
No, it's the 204. It's the real one. It's just the big bottom and the oral exciter.
Right. And on your verbiage on your box, it's a little different than mine. Like for the big bottom section, it's called drive, frequency, and amount. What would be equivalent on yours for the amount?
The amount is mix. So I have drive, I have tune, which is frequency, and then I have mix, which is amount. And currently the mix, hold on, is just about 230. Great.
The frequency, the tune, I wouldn't even touch it. But I'm curious about the mix. About where is that knob?
I'd say about 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I just as a quick A/B again. I'm always one of these extreme, like hear the worst and then settle back. Just all the way to the right. I just want to hear the difference.
Alrighty. Whoa, there's that carrier. This is KB2UKA with the optical big bottom all the way to the right. All I need is a Yaesu and I'd be fully complete.
Okay, I'm getting a Neumann.
You can't. Well, it's got to be overbearing though, right?
No, it's on. Okay, I think I've had you do this before with the other mics, and it was complete and utter distortion.
So, I'm gonna pull it. So I was at 2 o'clock. This is 3 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, and I think, I'm sorry, you did originally, again, you said, what were you, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock?
I was 2 o'clock. I was right here. KB2UKA, Long Island, New York. 2 o'clock on the big bottom.
Okay, and only, see, that was just a test for me. I wanted to hear exactly if it really got crazy out of control, and apparently the response to that mic still holds. The cleanliness, let's say, the distinctive clarity is still there when you want counterclock, you want clockwise till it stops. So just for a little touch, maybe a 230, because you already made the adjustment, all right? You know what I'm saying? You bumped up your normal flat setting in the EQ. Because you already did that, we don't want to get like overbearing again, lifting up that carrier all the way on the right side. So I'd say 230 would be a kind of a happy medium.
Yep, well, here's 230, KB2UKA, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Beautiful. All right, and to be continued, of course. Like I said, here we go with the sunlight. It's saturating. Now you're in the noise. I hear you okay, but not enough to be too critical. And I would think it's the same thing on my end. You probably just saw this in the last 5 minutes.
You literally, when you said that, you just dropped.
record every morning at 7:30 approximately what happened.
Hold on, I'm just typing something on the stream. My friend Robin said he can't hear the adjustments happening, and I said, you won't hear it on the stream. So on the stream, the audio stops at the second output EQ. You don't hear the Aphex on the stream, and you don't hear CFC on the stream. So you only hear the preamp and the X-Air. So you hear EQ1, which is the mic EQ. You hear the plating, the reverb, and then you hear the output EQ. You won't hear anything else, guys.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point to make mention of that, Doug. Some guys that are listening very closely, that's right. They're not going to get the full effect, of course, in the final part of the audio flow, which is the transceiver, the radio going out of the antenna. So the internet makes the catching part of it, right? Now, I wonder if there's a way, if there was a way to split some kind of a split from your final output, right? And normally we get to the back of the ANAN. The only thing is that you won't hear the CFC, right? That's the only thing. So it's still going to only be about 88%. And what I mean is, like, if you had a final output, like an M1 box or, the audio, the M audio, or any kind of a USB, I wonder if that could be then integrated to the PC just to pick up the OES. But again, you'll be cutting out the CFC.
So I could get the only thing that, if I'm cutting out the CFC, the only thing that's missing then is the Aphex. And I could route that audio back into the X-Air into a separate channel and then put that on the stream. But like you said, if I'm going to do it, I'd want to get CFC in there too. The only way to do that, well, the only way I know, and then I could turn on the monitor function and broadcast that on the stream. But then there'd be this weird delay. And what I would do is you would only be able to hear me when I'm transmitting. So I couldn't talk to the stream. Well, I could, but if I talked to the stream, it wouldn't be CFC. And then I'm wondering if there's any output on the back of the radio that picks up the transmit audio. There probably isn't, correct?
No, it would have to feed through VAX, right? The VAC, and then routing that out somehow. Again, and there we go with a voice meter of ANAN and all that craziness, right? If you wanted to even get the final output, it would have to be through VAX, the monitor, and then there's the delay and everything else to deal with.
Yep, and then Robin also just said, because he's listening in, he said if I did that, he thinks we'd also get the pre-distortion effect.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. At this, hey, your audio is probably more than superior than any OBS audio I've heard on the YouTube, streamers, anybody streaming. I won't mention our friend's name, but oh my gosh, when he does his clips for the Sun Radio, I have to put cotton in my ears. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He's always had a problem with that. So I'm looking. Okay, so what Frank wrote, by the way, Art, he wrote it's a boost at 90 hertz. And he needs to be around +4. And I'm listening on a crappy speaker system off the Bluetooth on my phone in SDR. So he heard all of that on the car stereo.
Boy, I'm nailing. Boy, I'm all over this stuff today. Huh? I'm like, I don't know. Okay, ESP, crazy. All right, but no, I would actually just wait. Really, Frank should be listening through his antenna, and he's laughing. I know. His normal JBLs, whatever he has for his, monitor, his reference monitor speakers, right? I mean, truly, right now, you made a big enhancement of Bluetooth stereo speakers. That's why he's laughing. But, the +4 might might sound incredible to him on that setup, but I would want the 2 and the 4, his judgment when he's actually at his station.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna. I'm 2.5 right now in that region, and being 2.5 there is probably a very high. Which I could do the math, but I'm not going to. It's a very high percentage increase to where it was, because again, I have huge cuts in the mic EQ there. My I am cutting 15 dB at 105 hertz on the first EQ. If you go back to the pictures from yesterday, you could see it. There is no low end, and the reason I did that is I had to do that for it to sound anywhere decent on just that one EQ with no other processing. And I recorded that over and over and over for hours. Otherwise, I sounded like I had a pillowcase over my head, a pillow over my face. So that was the right cuts for my voice to get it to sound very good with just that one EQ. So then with the second EQ, I still cut. I cut more, but less. So yeah, the fact that now I'm boosting 2.5 is a big percentage increase.
And for QNT, I'll tell you what, Doug, where I'm really, that was a great transmission. I mean, signal-wise, not too good, but for me to listen closely and everything, what I focused on was 32 to 34 hertz. Okay, that's what I'm looking at, and that's what I blew up here on the, on the sample here. You can bring that up with the pan adapter on the ANAN. The peaks of every S word. I mean, anything with an S, starting with an S, ending with an S. In the 32 to 34 hertz, there's energy that's coming up equivalent to the energy on the other side. And I mean, you're like right there with the, I'm tracking everything. I have my crosshairs up. I'm putting the leveler on, the 90, 100 hertz range. And every S peak is equivalent energy. But what used to happen, it was sizzle. It was a harsh little tear in every S. Now it's like a distinctive, crystal clear, like a fine piece of crystal, and you tap it with a piece of metal, that clear clarity ring, and that's exactly what's happening with this microphone. It is so pure and clean in that 32 hertz range where the other mics cannot keep up.
Oh, wow. And my low cut on the transmit is 50, by the way. Maybe you want to hear me drop that.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go with the voodoo, I mean, we joke around, right? You got your 3.2, you got your 4.0, you got whatever, right? Then there's a voodoo profile. And you know what I'm talking about with the voodoo guys. I mean, the carrier almost, it looks like they're on AM when they're transmitting, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get away from with this profile. But yeah, I could go 20 low, 40, 20 high. I could do a sharp boost in like the 40 hertz range, a little bit more of a boost in the 90, and I'll get that carrier.
Right, but here's the key to the whole thing, Doug. It's transmit bandwidth, and it's really, when you're doing true voodoo, it's a waste of time at 4kcs because it's constricting. It's almost like you making a great 4kc pocket, right? And everything is just right. And now you're going to 2.9 and you're not touching your EQing. And you know what it sounds like. We all like, or anybody that's listening on a conventional radio. Oh man, what the heck? Why did he spend all that money? But when you do the voodoo adjustment and you go out to 8 or 10 kc, that's what it's all about. And a pure example, of course, are the guys down on 3630. They're all doing 0. They're doing 10 or maybe 20 on the low. they're boosting up the amount on their apex on the outboard gear. You know, they're putting +7, +8 in that 90 region. But because it blends and spans out to 10, then you get all the best part of it. So when you're constricting the voodoo settings at only 4, it's a waste of time. Truly it is.
Yeah, that's kind of what a year and a half of doing this has made me realize. Real quick, I just want you to hear, and this one I have to tweak. Let me put the 3K pocket on. Hold on.
Yep, and that's where the cuts occur.
All right, this is 3K. KB2. Ooh, I got a drop gain here. 1, 2. Wow. Okay. 1, 2. There we go. KB2UKA.
All right. Wow. I can hear it. It's clean and clear, but I'm missing a lot of the low end because the band you're getting was really getting bad here. I'm just hearing you through the noise at the moment. And at some point, we'll make the shift to 40, but not sure, your schedule today, you might be, I'm not sure how much longer you're going to be around. But at some point, you think 40 is going to be a better test.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm here for a while. No one's even up yet. We have nothing scheduled to lay up. I'll be around till 9 o'clock.
All right, cool. I just saw 0 beat. Not sure. N4 QSE. Anybody else jumping in? All right. Hey, good morning, Dominic. Dom just came in, Doug. His amp's warming up, so that was probably a 14 or 18 watt transmission.
All right. Well, good, because I didn't hear him. So with the next transmission, hopefully I hear him.
Oh man. Doug, you got me. Man, why do we do this? Why do we do this? What is the sickness? I'm telling you, I'm looking at one right now. I'm looking at it.
Well, we only live once, Art. So if you're gonna do it, you should just do it. Wait, what'd you say?
You gotta talk me into this. I can make payments, right? The easy payment plan?
Yes, you can make payments. You absolutely can. You could do, I didn't make payments for this one. I bought it on PayPal credit. So I guess I am making payments. But you could do it right through Sweetwater. $50 a month, Art.
I know, Doug. The synchrony, right? The synchrony financing. I've been there and done that. I'm just chuckling so much, man. It's how we all think about it.
Check.
I know my wife,
Check.
Look, it's only 6 easy payments. Yeah. Okay, honey, yeah.
Check.
BA3 KBC. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, DJ. You're sounding marvelous.
And you as well. I was watching a little bit of your stream when I was on 1980. So, yeah, well, Art, 6 easy payments, but when you got 5 of them, those add up.
1, 2. Check. Check. Well, I'm starting to lose you, Art. I'm sure you're losing me. DJ, you're 5'9", coming in nice and strong.
You're 10 over.
Of course, that 200 mile, 300 mile.
Check. It's still too hot.
How far are you guys, DJ? Do you know the distance between you and Doug?
Oh, let me count.
I'm just curious about that.
I'm going to guess 900 miles.
477.
Oh, wow. We're a lot closer than I thought. Audio. Check. Good. 1, 2. Sorry, guys, on the stream. I'm just adjusting the gain level here. 1, 2. Check. All right.
Hey, Doug, how's the house hunting? Has your wife got any yet?
We have a few in mind. It's more on my end right now to come up with the funds. But it should be probably in the middle of the winter. That's what I'm thinking when we're going to make an offer.
And with your partner, with your place there, is he going to go through what you're discussing?
So it's going to cost too much money for both of us, so we're not going to go that route. I'm just going to buy the house and not sell this one till after.
Well, what's your market there? I know around here is about 20% of what it used to be.
What, meaning the price came down 20%?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about there. $800,000 houses that were 1.1 million are now 800 again.
Yeah, but it's a money-making machine, honestly.
Yeah, it really is. The property values here are unbelievable. Unbelievable, especially if you want an acre.
I don't know how it would work, but some kind of property management company that does all the vetting. You get a good, reliable, responsible young couple up and coming. They might be on the career change path. They can always pay a year or two. But you know what? Good credit rating, right? You can always judge. I'm sorry, I know we have to do that. We always have to do that because these days, especially, when you get someone good in your man, that's the best passive income in the world.
Oh no, you're 100% right. I had a house in Connecticut when we lived. Obviously, I had a house when we lived there, and then when we moved back to New York, I rented that house out for about 4 or 5 years, and it was to a young couple with a child, and we knew them, and everything was fine. And then 5 years in, they said, "We're leaving. We're going to buy a house," and I immediately listed it for sale, and I luckily sold it right away. But yeah, if you have the right tenants, that makes it a very easy decision. When you have the wrong tenants, it's a very big pain in the ass.
Well, your location has a lot to do with that, too.
No, you're right. You're right. So where my home is now will most likely have good tenants.
And if the rent is, $2,500 a month compared to $500 a month, you know what you're going to get.
To rent this house right now, $4,500 to $5,000 a month. Yep. The rental market has not gone down. It's only going up because people can't buy houses, because they can't get a mortgage because of where the interest rates are. And also, even though the prices came down a little bit, they're still higher than 3 years ago. So their debt to income ratios are too high. They can't get approved for a mortgage, so they have to rent. So then there's a demand for rent and the price goes up.
Supply and demand.
Yeah. And DJ, you hear that number like, oh my gosh, that much for rent, right? But the lower standard of living income, like I say in the South, they use this state as an example. Pretty reasonably, somebody at 46 to 53,000 a year, which that's the bottom of the bucket. But up there, the same equivalent, lower standard income, is like a 96 grand, and that's the bottom of the bucket. So you see the ratio, right?
Well, yeah, it's what the cost of living is to those areas. I know when we watched what's that couple, Ben and Aaron there in Mississippi, they remodeled houses. They're buying them cheap. They're buying them dirt cheap. Same with in Texas with Joe and same thing. They're buying homes that are very big homes, very inexpensive, and fixing up where the other couple that originally came from Canada, they're in Nashville, and they're buying a piece of junk on a little dinky lot for $750,000, tearing it down and then building something, for 800,000 and then selling it for almost 2 million. It's just it is the location, what the market bears, what what goes on in those areas. So it is interesting. I understand that, but boy, how about the income of the two of us is only $4,000. There's no way we'd ever be moving there. I know there's a lot of people in Canada who have moved to Mexico and Costa Rica. The cost of living very inexpensive, and there's no mandates, no nothing. So that's what's happening to a lot of people, and a lot of them are from Toronto are moving to Florida too. There's a real big influx of people from Toronto moving down to Florida. So it's what their finances will cover, and so anyhow, that's interesting. DA332 are just about the top of the hour.
Alrighty, KB2UKA. Art just went to grab some coffee, but yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. These leaders are destroying the economies of all of our countries, and the idiot people that put them in power are the ones they're destroying. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got a good shot here in New York to get this garbage out of the governorship, and to get a free-thinking capitalist patriot into the governor seat here. We've got a really good shot this year. God, if we can get Lee Zeldin elected, New York will become a different state again.
Well, hopefully, same with Alberta. They've got Danielle Smith there now, and she's told Ottawa that they're not going to dictate to Albertans. So hopefully that comes to pass. And then we have Pierre Poilievre, who is the Conservative Party of Canada leader. He's more or less saying I'm still a PPC member for Maxime Bernier, because I think that his policies are still far more conservative than all of the others. But anyhow, it depends how these elections, if they are fixed or not. If there's still a chance that it can be rigged, because you just never know with the powers that be. Like Klaus Schwab and George Soros, and who knows who all else. That's the other thing, is others behind the scenes that you have no clue about that are lead us. So it's going to be interesting to see what the future holds. I feel for my grandkids, but you never know what the future holds. And the thing is, I've said this for a long time, things never stay the same. They do change. It may take a generation or two to swing the other way again, but I may never see it, but you just never know. So you just got to do what's right for yourself and your family. And free. Good morning, Mark. Morning.
Hey, good morning, Mark. I don't know if you guys are seeing this noise that just came across the band. It might just be local to me. Are you guys seeing that?
Clear here.
And where are you?
New York, Long Island. It's like, let me see. Hold on. Yeah, it's got to be local. Somebody turned something on. It's the whole band for me.
Yeah, it might be a flat in the TV somewhere in the neighborhood.
I'm able to lower it with the diversity here, but normally diversity helps me completely get rid of noise. So I'm not able to get rid of it. I'm just able to drop it with the noise floor.
It's got to be right in your neighborhood then. DA3KBC, top of the hour.
Yep, and it's turning on and off. I'm watching it. Very crazy. It's nothing in this house, because I've never seen this before.
44 degrees at Harrisburg International.
40.9 here, Happy Shores.
42 degrees on Old Dock Road.
Yeah, the daytime warms up fairly nicely. The boy, she certainly does cool off in the evening. So I cut the grass late yesterday. I had my my track pants on and bib overalls and a hoodie, and she was brisk. So I really got it done, but I'll finish it today at the back here.
I'll be right back, guys. KB2UKA.
Well, with yesterday's changes and enhancements that were made with the system, I can now say that I'm about 97% off the grid as far as electric is concerned.
Good. So, when you say 97, what does that mean? You don't have enough to run everything for so many days?
Hey, good morning, Mark.
Well, we have to
you guys
play
are
and see
seeing
what
this
it
noise that just
actually
came
works
across
out
the
to.
band.
Overnight,
It might just be local to me. Are you guys seeing that?
I draw a lot of
Clear here.
continuous juice. I just take the kitchen and put the kitchen back on grid power overnight. But the living room, everything else in the house, basement, the furnace, and all of that other stuff is on the grid or on the battery power.
Just wanted to
But, you know,
hear that recording real quick. It sounds good.
The refrigerator is usually what kicks on and off all night long. I could probably have made it, but just for safety's sake, because I don't want to bring the batteries too low, I just took the kitchen and put that back on overnight. Yeah, that's fine, and we're essentially all agreed.
I'm back, KB2UKA.
Go out like recycling and burning that in the furnace?
But yeah, that's burning right now. The waste oil furnace has been on all last night.
That's what I mean, waste oil, right.
And the house is a Gucci 72.
Manage 75 in the shack here, but
Boy, you step outside, it's chilly. I got up yesterday facing directly off the edge of the top of the house, looking due east to that morning sun that comes just right up over the edge above the tree line there in the morning to give me a quick start off in the morning. But I still have one pesky, ginormous head oak tree across the road there in the trailer court that casts a shadow for 2 hours in the morning on the property here.
I'm back, KB2UKA.
Yeah. Welcome back there.
Whiskey 4, Delta Oscar Mike. Dom, did you make it in there? You don't hear him, do you, DJ?
No, I've been waiting for him. He was loud before, so he should still be okay. I just wanted to tell him that I had no issues turning everything on.
With what?
Well, when you get in here, I turn the computers on, turn the power supply, turn the app, turn the radio power on, the monitor and that. And when everything's up and running, then I click on the status icon there on the desktop. And things will come up, and then I hit power, and the source error will come up. It's not reading, but I shut everything off, turn it back on, and then it would connect. So I'm gonna find that because I replaced the network card in that computer, the old one is still in there, and it's searching with this. So went in the team view, and he went in and deleted that, but it still shows it. The asterisk comes up showing that it's still there. Frank was saying, well, you gotta pull that card out, and then Dominic says, well, you gotta set the bias, and I don't know how to do that. So, but anyhow, since we fiddle around with that, it every time I turn it on, it comes on. So, but I have a guy in town, Kevin, there, that does the computer stuff. If it acts up again, maybe I'll do it, have to do that, take the old card out, and then change the bias to this card here. So we'll see.
Nothing could ever be simple, can it? Look at that picture I just sent. That's the noise I have. It's 10 kcs wide, and it's throughout the entire band with a gap in between each one, and it pulsates on and off. So it's not very loud, but it's there. You see that? You see all that in the waterfall?
That's like my first with the air conditioning on. When it comes on, and I'm trying to think of whether it's 20 meters. I think it's 20 meters that air on it. Maybe it's 20 feet, but maybe it's just because it was whatever band it was every 20 feet. Variable speed fan on that. Mark, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, full switch modulated variable speed fans or a charging supply, but that one sounds like one of those variable speed fans on a furnace in your neighborhood, sticking on and off. They mess with the phase waveform of the AC going to the fan, and it creates all sorts of havoc.
Yeah, so I've been operating in this position almost 3 years, and I've never seen that. But yesterday I installed a mesh Wi-Fi system, but it's definitely not that, because I would have seen it yesterday, and I would have seen it earlier this morning, and this just turned on about 10 minutes ago.
Somebody must have gotten a new furnace installed in your neighborhood this year.
Well, that's not going to be fun.
Welcome to the rest of us.
Trying to think if I saw any trucks in the area.
Yeah, my buddy Gary down here, when we get on 160, he's that HVAC guy for like going on almost 50 years, and he's had quite extensive experience on dealing with those particular fans and the boards and everything on those furnaces. And yeah, they're all computer controlled, and they're variable speed fans, and they're brushless motors, and it's done by pulsing the DC and chopping up the AC, going to the windings on the motor to speed the fan up or slow it down depending on load and demand.
I want to check. I'll be right back. I want to see if I see it on 40. KB2UKA.
You'll probably see it on 20.
Well, on the wiring in this furnace, and nothing to fix it, so then you can sort of don't.
So I don't see it on 40. I think I see it slightly on 20.
Mm-hmm. Not harmonically related.
I'd have to tune on 20 to see if I think I see it there, but I'm not hearing that well on 20 untuned.
My noise floor down here, regularly on the bottom two bands is 8, 9 S units all the time anyway.
Yeah, well, I was able to fix that with the diversity reception, and now I got this crap. I'll be right back. KB2UKA.
And 3 or more. Ben's probably too short for the others. So I remember seeing an article or something about an X-Class flare that happened here recently.
I've seen several.
I don't know if that's going to be affecting us, or if it was, I don't know if it blasted our way or not. That's a significant one. And I can confirm that the pure, quote-unquote, pure sine wave inverters at Harbor Freight are noisy on the ATM website. You just don't use them while you're on the radio. However, that's going to be a new and interesting challenge because the living room now, the last room of the house I was going to put on because of the Junior with his TV and all this electronics and stuff. I finally geared him on his own pure sine wave inverter yesterday for the living room to hit that part of the house, form the system properly. And I run one of them for the kitchen side as well. And when it's on, it makes like a buzz. It's not real loud, but you can hear it at the bottom of the noise floor on the band, you know. It's not too abusive, but go ahead. Yeah, so of course everybody last night was trying to give me the best advice on how to get rid of that.
I'm back, KB2UKA. I'm thinking we can make the transition of 40. What do you guys think?
Might be too long yet.
Let me go give it a listen.
Perfect, and we'll catch up with you soon, okay?
Roger, Roger. Yeah, we're looking for that last cut ourselves too, and we're gonna do the mulching blades on the leaves and put it up for the winter. Roger, thank you for picking me up. You're doing a beautiful job, and again, good morning to everyone on the Old Mike.
Yeah, we're up here by basically in the corner of 75 and 10, and you mentioned the people coming in. Yeah, nonstop convoys coming in, and we are. To ANAN there, so you're not sure where they're actually from there, Andrew. Go ahead.
I did.
This is KB2UKA is the frequency in use, KB2UKA. This is KB2UKA is the frequency in use, KB2UKA.
Good morning, my friend, KB1BEM.
KB1BEM. Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm just strolling around here and I hear your voice, man, so just wanted to say good morning.
Well, good morning to you. You're sounding great. Sounding really, really good. I'm just seeing if this frequency's open. Have you heard anyone else here?
Oh, no, I haven't heard anyone else as yet. Yeah, I was on the computer the other night, and young Frank was exchanging ideas, man. So I was just listening to your YouTube channel and was smiling there, guy.
Thanks, man. And I hear people in the past, man. Hold on one second. No, okay, we were here first. I'm running a new microphone today. And I did a bunch of EQing, so I think I'm happy.
It sounds good. You sound like one of those heavy hitters, man. You and Richie and Frank and one was the giant one of the Flex boys there, go.
Isaac, that's good, man. That's good. Well, you're booming in here, 15 over. Audio sounds phenomenal. Glad it's all working out for you.
Well, you know, Frank and all the guys there, man, you know. I'm using a new microphone, too. I took off my Lecture Voice RX20, and I put on my a little mic that I always like, the Tech Zone the Stellar X2. Little small thing, little small microphone, so I put it on there to try it out, and all the guys down on 3854, they said, they tell me I should keep it on, man, so I have it on about 2 weeks now. But you're sounding great, man. Your ANAN sound good. And then Ed tell me I need to dump this one and go get the ANAN too, so. Last night I was on there, look on YouTube looking at it and see all the features there, so maybe one of these days. All right, back to you, my friend. KB2UKA.
All right, Roger. Well, that Stellar X2 is the microphone that I was using yesterday. I have it right. I've had it for over a year. I went back to it a couple of weeks ago. I went back to a condenser because I was on a dynamic, and it is a great, great microphone. Let me just drop it here for a sec, see if anybody followed me over here. DJ, did you make it?
C.
DJ, good morning. I'm in here with my good friend Isaac, KB1BEM.
Hi-ho, Isaac. Yeah, you're 20 over here, so band is favoring us.
Yeah, good morning, good morning. You're sounding good over here. You're 5 and 9 over here, no problem at all.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you're S9 here, no problem. VA3 KBC.
We got another tuna. We're gonna have a whole party here, Isaac.
Isaac, what's your call?
It makes us happy there. But you're sounding good. You don't sound good. So why you did this song? Is on the floor up on it? Is that someplace?
I sold it to a good friend of ours up in Canada, and he sounds marvelous on it. But I actually miss it, man. I miss it.
I know, man, because you had it a while, and then, you know, when you have something, you're trying working on it, making it sound good for a while, so when you get rid of it, you're going to still think about it. There you go.
Isaac, what's your call?
Oh, Kilo Bravo 1. Bravo Echo Mexico. King Bravo 1, Bravo Echo Mike.
Oh, you're in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, I'm down here in Boston, there you go.
Well, let me turn the beam so it'll be more towards you and Doug.
And 3 or more.
There's Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Isaac's in Boston. I heard Boston on 195. That's why I knew it was going to be fine. Well, I don't know if I heard Boston, but I heard Massachusetts. So the band's playing great. All you guys are 10 over.
Oh, I'm hearing the inverter here.
Yeah, Art and Dominic are still on 99.
Wait, you're hearing noise, Mark?
Yeah, my inverter for the living room. It wasn't so bad on 80, but I'm definitely hearing it here. So I got it online yesterday for that particular portion of the house. So it's going to be all new depending on all the bands I go to. I haven't experienced all the bands yet, but that's my problem. Nobody else is good.
All right, well, that noise went away from me here. I'm going to have to check now every morning. Cause today was cold, right? Like no one had heat on yesterday. My heat kicked on overnight. I had it set on 64. It's 39 degrees outside right now. So you're probably right. It's probably a new piece of equipment in my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
Could you tell me why you're sliding me all the way down on 206? I really would like to know that. How freaking wide are you?
Well, no one's splattering. I'm in a 4 kilohertz transmit bandwidth, and I had checked if anyone was down there, and no one was down there, so you might actually be in my bandpass. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, so, well, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't become detrimental to operating in the winter.
Now, how strong is it? How many S units of it do you got?
It's not strong. I'd say it's probably an S4. It's just wide. It's 10 kilohertz wide, and I'd say it's probably, based on that picture, I don't know, every 5 kilohertz.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Welcome to the world of no HF in the future.
Well, I could deal if it's just on 80. I could deal. Hold on, let me check 20 now that I'm tuned on 40, see if it's any louder.
It'll probably be twice as strong. Wait, 40 meters is just loaded this morning.
Well, there was a Pennsylvania contest yesterday. I don't know if it's going on today as well. And no, it's not on 20, so I might be lucky, just one band. And it's still on 80, I just checked.
Yeah, it might be limited to the bottom 2 bands. I bet you'd really get it on 160.
Well, fortunately and unfortunately, I don't transmit there then.
Well, that's unfortunately for me, because we got a group on that band.
Well, when we move, I'll be on there. The plan's to put a 160 doublet up, because in 30 years, I have never transmitted on 160.
Oh, you don't know all the noise you're missing.
Well, that's what I hear. I do hear that.
It's nice and quiet in the winter, isn't it, Mark?
Oh, yeah, it's nice in the winter. It's tourist season. We call it tourist season in the winter because all the newbies come on with their 80-meter antennas and try to act like they got big signals and they don't.
Yep, that's why I'm not going on till I actually have an antenna that's meant for it.
2 things, though. If you're on 160, you need a 160 antenna, whether it's a doublet or dipole or vertical, whatever. But you should have an amplifier as well. That really helps out.
Yeah, you got to go big or go home on that band.
Oh, absolutely. There's no point. I feel the same about 80. Let's see, did Art make it back in? N4QNT, are you in there?
No, him and Dominic are still on 99.
Oh, okay. Well, I couldn't hear them anymore.
The sun is right in the middle of that big tree across the street.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, yesterday 40 was just plastered with QSO parties.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that's today, or was that just a one-day thing?
I was having fun on 10 in the mobile going down to Harbor Freight, New York. I worked all sorts of European contacts and South America contacts from the mobile.
That's very cool. That's very, very cool to do.
Got Malta and Greece. Spain was in there. Yeah, Malta was just crazy. There's guys that were 25 over 9 on there.
Wow. All right, guys. I'm going to back out of here for a little bit. Everyone is awake. I hear them stomping and killing each other upstairs. So I'll say 73 to all of you, but I'll be back on in a little bit.
Okay, I think I'm going to go have breakfast. I'm looking here on the QSO party. And for October, Arizona, Nevada, and also Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania is October 8th and October 9th. So 1300 Zulu to 2200 Zulu. So it'll be on here again. So anyhow, I'm going to go get some breakfast. VA3 KBC, you guys have a great Sunday.
All right, 73 DJ. Mark, take care. Isaac, if you're still in there, take care. I'm out too. KB2UKA.
Okay, bye-bye from Boston. KB1B.
N1 MJF, and just want to say have a great day.
What's up, man? How you doing, Matt?
beautiful signal on you all today. Just been making coffee and doing things while listening. But awesome coffee on you guys, both on 80 and 40 meters. Have a great day. Maybe if I'm around later on when you all come back, I'll...
All right, cool, Matt. Good to hear you. Sounding good up here, too. Well, down here. All right, 73, everyone. KB2UKA clear. All right, later, guys.